Welcome to Madison City Channel's Know Your Candidates interviews, co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Dane County. I'm your interviewer, Gail Bliss. I would like to introduce you to Simran Arora, running for Dane County Board of Supervisors, District 9. As we begin, please give an opening statement about your educational, vocational, and civic experience, which have prepared you for this office and why you're running for the Dane County Board.
Thank you for the question. I have been working in the mental health and substance use services area for around 15 years. I came to this country around 15 years, did my master's from Madison in rehab psychology. And I had two options to either go back to my home country and build my business there or stay here and support the individuals who struggles with mental health and substance use disorder. And I chose to stay. Since then, I have worked in various roles. I have provided direct counseling services. I have did group counseling. I worked briefly for the Dane County. I provided a completed assessment for the Vivitrol program in the Dane County jail as well. In the last 5 years, I have been working in a leadership role where I am kind of focusing on the gaps in the community and trying to fill those gaps, ensuring that we have enough fundings, our services are prioritizing on our community's needs, and providing that leadership role. I also briefly worked with the Department of Health Services where I oversaw the budgets and contracts and write grant funding opportunities. I supported multiple programs within the Wisconsin in expansion of the substance use services. I'm also a mother who is trying to raise a 7-year-old kid here in beautiful Dane County. And I'm also a homeowner. So I am feeling the stress of increased property taxes. With all the background, with the expertise in mental health and substance use disorder, with having the 5 year of leadership experience, having the experience with overseeing budgets and contracts and looking at the gaps and expansion of the services and the current stressors, the financial stressors that most our Dane County communities are experiencing, I feel I would be a great candidate for this position.
How should the county address the significant budget deficit expected for the 2027 budget?
Yeah, so what I'm noticing in our 2026 budget, we have around $900 million budget. So we do have fundings. I think we need to look at where the investments are. Where are we investing our fundings? Looking at I'm all about data-driven approach. Looking at the data, looking at the success rate, where we have invested, what is the success rate? Who are the people who are getting benefit from these programs? And based on that, we need to prioritize this budget based on our community's needs. And there are some funds allocated focusing on the infrastructure and expansion and renovation. Maybe it's time to prioritizing our community first and pausing some of the expansion until we can figure out some of these deficits that we have.
What specific ideas do you have to increase the supply of quality of affordable housing and to preserve existing affordable housing?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I look at that iceberg approach where we are seeing that there is a need of affordable housing, but let's look at the deeper issue. Where is this coming from? We have been spending fundings for the last few years. If we will look at since 2019, I believe we have spent around $25 to $30 million so far, but the needs is still there. So maybe we need to take a step back, look at what is working and what is not working, figuring out, and this is not, let's not look at as a perspective of just band-aid anything. Let's look at the bigger issue, like how can we make sure that people who are getting the short-term housing can focus on that stability, can have that housing for longer term and forever. So maybe supporting individuals, looking at as a holistic approach, what else is missing that they can get these houses, but also they can keep and maintain these houses forever. So ensuring that they have financial resources, are they interested in looking into employment opportunities? We, from the Dane County, there are wonderful programs, DVR, DWD, individual placement specialist, and I briefly worked as an individual placement specialist. It's an evidence-based model, help people to find job and retain and sustain that job. So I think I would start for looking into where are the barriers, and based on that, figuring out what are the next steps we need to take to support our community in a long-term basis.
What more, if anything, do you think the county needs to do to address the needs of our neighbors experiencing homelessness?
Yeah, homelessness is a very big struggle that we are seeing our community is facing. I think we need to start looking at our current budget and prioritizing our fundings towards the individuals who need these services, and looking at the other funding opportunities. We can look into state and federal funding opportunities, applies those grants, and see if we can support the individuals. And I think the main focus needs to be looking at the current spendings and redirecting those fundings, again, focusing on our community's priorities and their needs, and the long-term investments, ensuring that once they get these housings, they can sustain that for the lifetime.
When faced with making difficult or controversial decisions, how will you ensure you are getting input from residents with a broad range of perspectives?
I think this is a very important part of being in a leadership role, that involving community is most important thing. As a leader, we should not be making any direct decision without involving our community. My approach will be having that open space in person and online, whatever is more feasible for the community members to come and connect with me, ensuring that we are allowing that person-centered approach. Everyone and anyone is welcome to come and share what they want to share. Collecting data, doing surveys, asking them what they would like to see, what are the changes they're hoping to see, and what are the approaches they think. Because most of the time when we are trying to make any changes from the leadership perspective, the frontline staff, frontline employees, frontline people who are facing those challenges are the one who actually knows what could be more helpful. So my approach will be reaching out to my community directly and ensuring that we're connecting and providing that safe space where everyone feels comfortable sharing what they want to share. And I bring that experience being as a mental health counselor, providing the direct services for the last 15 years.
Please describe any other priorities for your term in office. If these include new or expanded programs, how would you propose to fund them?
Yeah, I think my first priorities is I'm a mental health counselor, and my specialty is substance use disorder. My priorities is ensuring that our community members are getting the support they need. Starting from, there is the budget cut for the mental health crisis services. There is budget cut for purchase of services that is going to affect our nonprofit organizations. So my priorities is looking at that and ensuring there are fundings for our nonprofit organizations, that most of our individuals who are receiving services in the community settings, they will not get affected by this funding cut. We already are aware of that Tellurian Detox Center has shut down. That is so, it's a big threat to our community. I will make sure that there are fundings that people who need services in their early phase of their recovery, when they're struggling with withdrawal symptoms, no one needs to do this alone. I want to make sure we have fundings for that. I want to make sure if someone is struggling with suicidal ideation, there is help. someone can come and help them out. We have a crisis services in place. I will make sure we have fundings for that. So these are the main priorities that with my direct experience and expertise that I'm bringing to the table. But additionally, we have a higher property taxes and other increased parking tickets, increased vehicle registration fees. So in every win form, I'm feeling that this is hurting our community. So these are also will be my priorities to ensuring that we can figure out a way, a creative solution to support our community and decreasing these property taxes, ensuring that essential services are available when anyone needs those services.
What would you like to say to the viewing audience as we complete this interview?
First, I would like to show my gratitude towards you and the team. Thank you so much for having me here today. I would not be able to share my thoughts and ideas without your support. And this is I believe this is a nonprofit organization. We need to support nonprofit organizations. We need to stand up with that. Additionally, I will say to the voters, 15 years ago, when I came to this country, I was not fluent in English. My clients, my supervisor, my mentor, you, my neighbors, my best friends, you all helped me learn, helped me grow, helped me be fluent in English. And I know I'm still working on it. I'm still improving myself every day. But I'm so grateful for this community, and I want to make sure I can give back to my community. And that's why I'm running for this election. The goal is ensuring we are advocating for our people. We are advocating for our community, people who need services, the essential services. We need to make sure that when our kids are going out in the school settings, in anywhere, they feel safe, they feel accepted. That's what I'm fighting for. And the one last thing I will say, I'm very grateful for everything. Sometimes people do try to separate us based on their political views or parties. Let's stay focused. Let's do this. Let's advocate for our fundings and make sure that we are standing up for each other. And I'm doing my best to serve my community, and it will be my honor if I can get to serve for you. Once again, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, Assalamu Alaikum.
I want to thank Simran Arora for speaking with us, and thank the viewing audience for taking the time to know your candidates. I want to remind everyone that the primary election is Tuesday, February 17th, and the general election is Tuesday, April 7th. Every election is important. Please vote. On behalf of Madison City Channel and the League of Women Voters of Dane County, I thank you for joining us.